Here we go once again. Feels like something has changed, but maybe I could do something to change that, maybe. But we'll see. Only time will tell. But glad to be here once again. I actually scheduled a smoke show Saturday for last night, but I was so terribly beat, you know. I couldn't do it, so I chose sleep. So for anyone expecting that show to happen last night, I'm terrible to you for that. My apologies for, denying you what you were expecting. I know most people got other shit to do besides watch some old ass black guy on YouTube rant about, something maybe. Who knows? Who knows? What I have done for you guys each time you hear my voice on this YouTube platform, but hey, I look forward to finding out what else I can do. So I'm here, you guys, and thanks for your continued support. Okay, so let's give some shout outs. So I'll go ahead and go with the members. And let me put this on the screen here. Yeah, okay, so what I have on the screen is the membership tiers that exist as of right now. So who are our members as they exist? There's 19 of you, but who wants to become number 20? You can become a member now for $2.99 per month. I know that isn't much to a lot of people, but it's something to others. But I always see it as something big that you're able to commit month to month to support this channel, which is highly appreciated. So again, who wants to be number 20? But the existing members right now are as follows. We have Greg, we have D. Scott, we have Aaron P., Phil Brad, Prof Days, Indigo Flow, The Builder's Table, D Rock Den, American Negro, Mr. Me Too, Barry Little, Detroit 313, Mackenzie Mayweather, Black Light Revelations 2, Akron Zippy, Yumcha 11, Black Pearl, Raven Knight, Andre 416. Thank you all. And let me shout out the chat. Shout out the chat. You got Phil Brad. Was good. Thanks for, he's the early bird today. Okay. Well, I needed to explain the membership badges, the membership tiers. As you can see, if you are able to see, I know some people listen to these live streams while driving, but for those of you who can see the screen, you got the thumbs up with the thanks for 0+ months. That means that this is what you see when you first become a member. The second image is the emoji with the thumbs up. It's 2+ months. Think that's more like a thank you for staying type deal. And the 6+ months emoji is the K. Nobody's made it to a year yet, so I haven't made up for the 1 year plus badge just yet, but it's coming, and it's several people that are going to get that once that year happens. But by the time that year is up for most of you people, it should be some progress around here. The at least the aspect of YouTube. Yeah, I got a couple things going that help me get to a better place in my real life. I just understand and knowing that I have been kind of, I don't know is the right words to use, sulking, questioning my abilities to be a presence here. And I never say those things in order to look for a pity party, a pat on the head. Oh, Kevin, You are going to be okay. I'm never, ever looking for that. Period. Please tell me it's going to be okay. Please tell Kev it's going to be okay. No, and I don't want to ever give that appearance. So I'm going to do myself a favor and I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to stop coming on the air and saying, oh my God, woe is me. What am I doing here? Am I worthy of YouTube? I'm thinking about stopping and doing this. For what I could achieve on YouTube or anywhere in my life, I'm not going to leave right now. I just had a awesome thought that I might have just fucked up, but you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure I can recover, but I don't want to be cocky. I want to be careful. So, and not to affect anyone else in a negative way. So that's just a message out there. And hopefully the right person hears that. You know, we're better together than we are apart. So just want you to understand that for business reasons alone, this would work. And it would be so much fucking fun because it's like this. I get to unlock the complete asshole when this happens. Everybody would be questioning me, but I wouldn't give a fuck. I mean, anyway, so while I keep brainstorming this, that's a process that's going to take months anyway. So just, you know, teasing you true believers, you guys that have hung with me like Hybrid Catastrophic Impact X83rd Power. This is going to be a good ride. And, you know, I want, like I said in the other video, I just want everybody to sit back and enjoy it. This is what this is all about. I'm not here to be bored. I'm not here to be a fucking sap. That shit is over. Period. And anybody at any level, please, just calm the fuck down. Let's all work together to make this work for everyone. Make this lucrative for everyone. Make people want to be here. Don't scare people off. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing worse than the feeling of scaring someone off if you actually care. And I actually care. I seriously do. Sometimes I feel as if I care for nothing, but hey, fuck that. As long as the emotion is genuine, I guess. I mean, shit, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, let me give some shout outs in the chat. Shout outs in the chat. Like I said, I was going to go down. Phil Brad, the Early Bird, RPM, Andre 416. Smoke Show Sundays. Let's see if we got some smoke out there. Who got some smoke for Kev? Shit. Who think Kev is a fucking idiot that does content with no substance? Who think Kev is a great guy, but fuck you anyway? Who's out there? You know, I have itches I would like to scratch too. Shit, I know it sounds crazy. Ken C and Red, what's good? Art New Stall. My brother from another mother. What's up? Hybrid Catastrophic Impact X83rd Power said, what a WrestleMania. Yes, both nights. A tribute to my friend Jose to always watch WrestleMania. I went to 6 WrestleManias from 2007 to 2012. Haven't been able to make it since then. One of the people in my group of friends passed away. That went to WrestleMania. All 6. They were all great experiences. Atlanta, it was all right. But all the other cities, you know, Detroit, Phoenix, Orlando, Miami, Houston. Yeah, I've been to Houston before. Yeah, they were great experiences. They were like game days and such. I compared to college game day. I've been to a couple of those too. But yeah, WrestleMania is off the hook, and yeah, it was a great event. The Roman Reigns was finally dethroned. It's like how many champions changed titles? Yeah, bunch of champions, like even on NXT. So, I mean, yeah, for those of you who are into WWE, yeah, WrestleMania, their biggest event just happened, just transpired this weekend, and it was a 2-night event. Yeah, and I barbecued yesterday. I smoked some I smoked some beef ribs that I got some from Costco that was off the chain. They were beautiful. It was like they were so juicy. I was like, man. And then I bit into one. All the flavor was infused. It was just, it was the best smoke experience that I had. And my grill isn't even a smoker. It's like a barrel. So it was like I had to get the indirect heat just right. And I mean, it turned out to be pretty good. Like the smoke flavor got into the meat. And yeah, it was yummy. And I think that's probably what put me to sleep last night. Shit, the itis. I got the itis. But I mean, shit. Once that first WrestleMania night one was over, man, I killed over. I rescheduled last night's show for Monday. I was like, fuck this. I don't like somebody might be offended. I'm saying niggas that make $12 an hour, over $12 an hour, I think they shit don't stink. I needed some energy for that shit. And I mean, if I was gonna do a smoke show, shit. It was like I was falling asleep during the last match last night. And the last match was gangster as fuck. And I know, you know, I'm talking about pro wrestling, and I know it's always gonna be that fucking yahoo out there. Kev, you're talking about pro wrestling, huh? Well, you know, they start taking all the fucking breaths. Did you know that wrestling is fake? All right, then that's when I just ignore that piece of shit and just continue with the conversation. All right, yeah, but WrestleMania was pretty fucking good. And it's getting like the wrestling is getting better ever since Vince was put out of it, you know, having to name sex toys after, you know. Yeah, that's still an ongoing thing, but yeah. So, well, some of us are around here as content creators. We are playing the game of acknowledge me. Yes, we are. So, let's see. Drew McIntyre's a champ, baby, for like 15. Well, not even 15 minutes, like 6, 7 minutes. He went over there fucking with CM Punk, and CM Punk cold cocked him, and Damien came out there with the briefcase and took the belt. So that shit was funny. Let's see. Shout out to Big Kev in the chat. We in this joint. Alfred and Batgirl watch WrestleMania in the Batcave, I guess. Rest in health comes first. Yeah, man. I mean, I was too sleepy to do it, man. I mean, and YouTube is something that you have to work at. Like, you know, get your schedule correct, get your, you know, get a routine going. And, you know, I'm saying is that, you know, sometimes my routine is mired in chaos, and I need to stop that shit because it has my mind out of sync. It has my health a little bit out of sync. Even though I do feel good, you know, you never can tell when something will strike, you know. And it has my personal shit out of sync, and it's just, you know, it's something's gotta give. Something gotta give. There gotta be some changes. There gotta be a lot of changes with me, but there gotta be some changes in other places too. And whatever happens at the end of it, whatever the fuck I want, it will happen for myself. You know, I'm not gonna force anyone else to be around for that shit. But it's like this. You got a bunch of men that are in these spaces that are always talking about are complaining and shit like that. And there is an element that exists that complains. I mean, let me do something real quick. Let me look up the definition of complaining before I go down this chat. Yeah, I like to look at this before we say what complaining is or try to dismiss it as a bad thing. Raven Knight, I see you down there. Okay. Okay. Oh, I forgot to give one shout out though. Shout out to the replay gang. Yeah, that's yeah, hashtag replay gang. You know, Van Arn got the assignment. Hybrid catastrophic impact X 83rd power does acknowledge does acknowledge the replay gang. So I appreciate his support because of that. So that's it. We got replay gang in effect. These are people who take their own time and that cannot be here in real time because this is a late show. So it takes a special kind of crowd to be up this late watching. And, you know, it might be a little tougher to grow an audience, but, you know, fuck that shit. I have no more excuses. No more. Because you guys have been here long enough, and there should be, if I've resonated with you guys, I should be able to resonate with other people. So if anyone sees my growth or a lack of growth or anything like that, let me tell you something. That's something I take 110% accountability for. So say what y'all want, but you know, if you are here, if you're in the live chat, if you're in the clouds, if you're in the replay gang, I am always happy to see you guys, and I always appreciate this. You know, it was at one point that I could not have done something like this. I could not speak on YouTube. When so much wind to be in my chest, I would be so nervous. I would be stage fright. Oh my God. Oh my God, there's two people watching. Oh, I wonder what they think about what I'm saying. I hope I don't sound like some chicken shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, that would always be in the back of my mind. It would always be that way. Yeah, it is. To me, to get to even this level took a lot of mental focus and understanding that, you know, I'm human and everyone listening is human unless you're a fucking space alien, but I don't know anything about that. So, but just I'm one of these guys that have always been his own critic. Basically, the biggest critic I can think of is always me. So no matter what anyone else says about me, it doesn't mean anything. And I would say that is kind of a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because I don't have to give a fuck about a fucking hater. You know, the bad thing is it's pretty tough to measure yourself if you truly don't give a fuck. You know, because of yourself. I mean, it's like, yeah, you know, there's plenty of people who, you know, rate themselves as kings and gods and goddesses and all this other bullshit. But are you truly? Are you truly at the top of the mountain, or is there someone waiting to kick you off that is 10 times the person you are? See, that's my thing. I finally get to the top of the mountain, and there's always a motherfucker there to kick me off. I'd rather break that motherfucker's foot and then kick him back down for trying to do something so stupid. And I mean, we always talk about, you know, we always talk that shit. We always talk like we're Billy Badass. But it's like that it's easy to speak in a way that nobody can reach out and touch you. So I said what I said. I was gonna look at the definition of complaining. You know, I really am not a fan of people saying that all we do in this space is complain. And especially when it comes to women and such. I mean, to express issues in a way that is cautionary I would say would be called advice. But okay, the definition of complaining, the expression of dissatisfaction or annoyance about something. Okay, they use in a sentence. His complaining has been a little bit annoying. Adjective, expressing dissatisfaction or annoyance about something. She apologized to the complaining crowd. Oh, okay. So there's some good complaining and there's some bad complaining. But according to many people that are in this wonderful space that we have here, full of beautiful black men, black women, and a shining star, that the only star I'm interested in looking at night. I know that sounds corny as fuck. I mean, all these beautiful black people, you know, the perception of the space of people is that all the black men do is complain. All we do is complain, complaining about this, complaining about that, without the power to, you know, reshape things in a way that will stop the complaining. No solutions offered. What solution you got? I know there's something wrong, but what solution do you have? Is it that simple? You know, such I would say something like, you know, guys are complaining about, you know, substanceless content and, you know, not telling them how to solve problems or, you know, come up with solutions or say the community. And I know one thing I do with people is, you know, I'll say, well, you know, you want me to tell you how to make money? You know, here you go. I'll have a screenshot of a job application or some shit like that. And you know, and start to state the obvious. Get a job. If you think an education will lead you to more money, go ahead and get an education, but make sure you got a straightforward plan. Because you know, the motherfucking older you get, the less of a chance you have in landing something if you're not like the very, very fucking best by the time you reach ages like mine. Full of regrets and shit, you know? Yeah. Shit. Yeah. I'm not the one that really promotes the use of therapy and such, but I don't go against it either. But I don't know, just gotta start promoting my strength again. Stop looking weak. Stop acting like this. I'm playing this game of acknowledge me. What have I done? Please tell me. Tell me how good I am. Why are you not telling me how good I am? Why hasn't this happened? Why hasn't that happened? People may start noticing. That kind of shit. You know, no matter how strong you portray yourself to be, there's always that minor insecurity. Like, say, for instance, a guy who has, I don't know, a live viewership of, I don't know, 500 and up on a regular basis. What if he came back one day and all of a sudden his live viewership was 20, 15, 25? I mean, nothing's happened. He hasn't get caught up in a controversy. You know what I mean? You know, he wasn't trying to meet up with a kid or nothing. I'm talking about just some regular ass shit. I'm saying it from a psychological standpoint, what it would do to a person like that. That minor insecurity will kick in, and you know, you start to second guess yourself. Have I done good enough? What is the missing piece? I know the missing piece. I know the missing piece. There are a couple of missing pieces. One of them I screwed up royally, and I really want to do what I can to reverse that so I can get that piece back. That's one of them. The other, yeah, that takes me to develop the energy, you know, to gain the energy and develop the energy to become that motherfucker. Like I said, I want things to be interesting. And all the complaining in the world ain't gonna do it. It's gonna take some hard work. His complaining has been a little bit annoying. To complain about something repeatedly and not have a solution is problematic. But if you complain about something and then you present a solution and people don't like it, it's not the same thing. Some people like to believe that that's the same thing. If I don't like the solution you present, that means that you haven't presented a solution. That's bullshit. That is a thought process that is only fitting of a 9-year-old. I mean, some of us don't like to admit that we're full of shit, but I'm sorry. When that happens, there are people like me. You're full of shit. So complain. What is complaining anyway to you guys? All y'all do is, complain about women. You know, usually the guys who carry that flag aren't good with women, but not really. I mean, I ain't saying I'm perfect, not saying that, but I mean, shit. I know there are guys that are worse than me that are within this space, and it might not be the usual suspects. Shit. So it is 12:30. I think the caffeine and the coffee has kicked in. Yeah, coffee is not good to drink at night, but I do have a bottle of water to chase some of the bad stuff out. So let's do this shit. Smoke Show Sundays. The game of Acknowledge Me. Yeah, a lot of you guys play that game, and it has spawned some hate, I would say. And not. I mean, that's one thing I believe that people are very sensitive to is being called a hater. Why are you calling me a hater? God damn it. This bullshit. I'm going to go back in that chat and see what's going on. Yes. I think Shannon B made a comment on a short I put out like almost a year ago. Niggas late to the fucking party. These niggas. You're trying to shame our women. God damn it. Trust me, them bitches ain't got to be ashamed of shit. They ain't got to be ashamed of nothing. And when I say bitches, that is a limited number of people. Don't believe that just because it has a pussy, that means it's a bitch. That's your thought process. No more half measures. Just a grown ass man. Shoot. Maybe I should try to stop trying to make myself into an old nigga. Maybe I should. I mean, I guess that all depends on Grinch's thought process. You guys are old. You old niggas need to be trolled. Yeah, I ain't appreciate that. I mean, Grinch, whatever. I ain't appreciate that shit, bruh. I mean, it's all good. I mean, it happens. There's a lot of things that has happened on this panel that I have not appreciated, and all the panels that I run that I haven't mentioned. So I shouldn't single that particular time out. There's plenty, and it's hit from people that you wouldn't expect me to be kind of angry and pissed with, just based on the fact that who they are and what they have, I would say, contributed as far as knowledge to this channel. Their personalities, giving this channel a personality, which, is my job. I'm the brutal one. You can come up here and be honest. You can come up here and, okay, let me get this off this bullshit here. You niggas still complain. You complain about Keisha. These niggas. Detroit 313. I'm back in the chat, y'all. So whoever's down there, hello. Big Drama Bear, acknowledge me. Yep, he lost tonight. It's no surprise to me. I mean, it was about time for that man's title reign to end. But, of course, it was scripted. So why are we even giving gravitas to it? Because, I didn't read the fucking script before it happened. Yeah. Damn it, Gunther lost. Yeah. I mean, well, he lost because Sammy needed his WrestleMania moment. You have a guy who was undefeated 660 plus days. I mean, that's something major. Mr. Mister, what's good? All righty. The Undertaker came out of nowhere. Shout out to John Cena. I did not want Cody to win, damn it. I mean, shoot, I'm a little partial to Roman Reigns, basically because Roman Reigns was diagnosed with the same type of cancer that I was diagnosed with when I was 15 years old on the 5th of April, which makes me a 32-year cancer survivor as of Friday. He was diagnosed with acute myelogenous leukemia, which is ranked as the 14th deadliest cancer in the country, which I didn't know when I had it. So, I mean, my parents didn't explain it to me like that, although I know it was probably explained to them like that because I done went through most of 92. If I'd known, they're like, oh my God, like shit, I'm done for and shit like that. And I wouldn't have needed that. I mean, shit. There were, let me see, 4 teenagers that had it, including myself. At the time I was in the hospital. I was treated at the Children's Hospital in Birmingham, Alabama, in 1992 for it. And it was 4 of us, and 2 of us made it, 2 of us did. Called some survivor's guilt. Seriously did. And this is not something that I'm saying in an attempt to get people to like me again who don't dislike that dislike me, because if you dislike me, fuck you. I don't fucking care. But this is not to elicit any type of sympathy. I'm just telling you how it is. Just since Roman Reigns came up and me and him had the exact same thing. I've been in remission for 32 years. I went into remission 9 days after I started treatment. So I could say I was one of the lucky ones. Like one of the other kids, not so much. Shoot, when I first met him, he was already just weight lost out. He was frail, barely move. And then he just got worse as time went on that year. The night that I had my last treatment was in December. It was the night that kid passed away. And I didn't find out he passed away till 5 months later. And I was pissed off about it. Well, we didn't want you, parents, we didn't want you to worry. I was like, that was not your decision to make. The fuck? This guy got the exact same shit I got. What the fuck are you, it was like that. But, it was 1992. I was a young guy. But what I'm saying to say is that, I'm glad to be here. I shouldn't be complaining about anything, especially some fucking YouTube status. I mean, what is that? It's not everything. Am I worried about making a worthwhile contribution to the space? Am I worried about, am I as potent as the next guy? Because I see people with bigger audiences and I quite frankly think that I run better operations than them, but I can't show that shit. Because, I guess whoever they are and whatever they've contributed. I want to be of some impact. And I will always be harsh on myself. I don't give a fuck about anybody else at this point. I do give a fuck about somebody. But, anyway. Let me finish shouting out the chat, see if anybody new showed up. Thank you for coming in, and hopefully that all of you have indeed pressed like on the way in. Yeah, I got 30 people watching. I had 33 in here at one point watching, but only got 18 likes. So come on now. Hit the like button. Please. It's for the algorithm. It's for free. And Kev appreciation for this smoke show. I don't know if I'm getting smoked tonight. I don't know if I'm getting smoked any night. So for no reason, guys, whoever listening out there in the clouds that haven't acknowledged themselves, fuck you. Now, yeah, you can say, Kev, you said fuck you to me. That'll be the truth. Come give me some smoke. Shit. Man, some people are like, Kev, you sound desperate. You want to make something happen, huh? Man. So, anyway, shout out to John Cena. All right, shout out to that guy in that bald spot. Like, jeez. Why Brock Lesnar didn't show up? Because that girl that was in that scandal with Vince McMahon, like Brock Lesnar sent her a couple messages too. Talking about some he want a video where she's urinating, and he said they said he called her a bitch too. So my assumption is that in the text message he said, "Bitch, I want to see you urinate in the video." So he has to lay low for a while, but and everybody thought they was trying to erase him from history, but Triple H confirmed in a press conference yesterday that Brock Lesnar's not gone. He's just on hiatus. So yeah, that's it. He was on hiatus. Gabe A, what's good? We got Gabe A in the building. Drew McIntyre got fucked up. Yeah, he got fucked up, and I knew it was gonna happen. Shit, Damian Priest had that case for too long. He had to get rid of that shit. Shout out to Puerto Rico, Damian Priest. Oh yeah, we understand where you're coming from, and know about your impact you have made in all of our lives. I mean, you can call it impact if you want. I mean, I try to be a modest guy as much as possible. I'm probably not going to wake up tomorrow morning and each day saying, I made an impact in hybrid catastrophic impact X83's life, and, possibility that I made an impact in Detroit 313's life too. God damn it, I'm good. I'm not going to do that, but I do appreciate comments like that. I do. But, just sometimes I'm too modest, and sometimes I say, hey, man, you're kind of giving me a little bit too much credit here, guy. Shoot. God damn. What the fuck? Like, yeah, I guess it was that fuck you that did it. But I remember when I said press likes, I got 2 dislikes that quick. So, I mean, shit, hey. Gotta hate me now.
Now I'm feeling objectified by your male gaze.
Damn.
Now.
All right. So who we got here? Say welcome to the Renaissance here. We got Andre 416, Ray Hummer, the Hummer Force, Jake Zero, Bubba Ray is funny as fuck, son. Yep, forever blessed. What's good? The Bloodline won't smoke tomorrow. No lie. Yep, it's gonna be some shit. See what's going on. Beef ribs, that's a W. I don't eat swine. Yeah, man. Damn good show. Felt like game night for reals. Kev, indulge weekend. Oh, okay. All right, thanks. All righty. So, oh shit. I missed quite a few comments. Saying NBA and NFL both rigged, but people still betting parlays. Vince ain't gonna have the Diddy treatment. Like, you're probably gonna hear in about 4 or 5 months that all that shit's gonna calm down and shit, and then Vince will probably try to slip his way back into WWE. But they say he's gone forever, so we'll see. All right, Black Pill Gnostic, that's BGS. What's good? Spain man, salute. What's going on? Jay Cargill acting like Kane. Jay Cargill taking them steroids. Horny a lot. Yeah, shit. I feel sorry for her husband. Man, no, not really. I mean, shit. You feel sorry for a guy that probably gets fucked to sleep every fucking night by a in shape woman that is stacked like Jane Cargill. Like, no, I don't feel sorry for you. Happy, bro. But we got Jesse in the building. Drew will win and Clash at the Castle. Yeah, it's in Glasgow. In Glasgow, Scotland. That's his home. Hybrid says, shout out to the replay gang. Let's hope Cody's reign will not be stale. Yeah, let's just hope so. No, I think they're gonna put Gunter on him, and he'll be okay. I think Cody will be okay. I think he'll be able to carry the company for a moment. I mean, he's the guy that dethroned Roman Reigns, so he got to. Let's see, Chaos Reign, what's going on? You said, I am the Black Manosphere Tribal Chief. Acknowledge me. Okay, McDrama Bear. I got the finger up. I wish you could see. Hey, you can see it. I can cam up. I know the light ain't real good, but ooh, look at that. The Black Manosphere Tribal Chief. All right. So, Baron Samedi. Some Cody Rhodes. So, Kev, what do you want to talk about? Got Chaos Reign, Prof Days. Come on. Cody Rhodes tomorrow night on Raw. I'm glad you're in better spirits, Kev. Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying, Shit, I got hit in the gut earlier this week, like in the gut. Like what is the feeling of like getting hit in the nut? Kicked in the nuts and hit in the gut by Mike Tyson in his prime. Like, getting kicked in the nuts by Bruce Lee. Like both of those feelings combined. That's what I felt like happened to me this week. I wish I could offer more transparency. But it's like it's a feeling you wouldn't believe. Shit. Overwhelming. Like it was sunny outside, but I had an umbrella because I thought it was raining. That's how fucked up it was. But hey, yeah, man. I mean, but the whole like just getting in front of everybody like that, I mean, shit. I don't think y'all know me for that. I mean, I had a moment. Shoot, Jake Zero, too many cheaps, no tribe members. Why aren't people following me? Yeah. That's kind of a bitch statement, just I don't see it as you complaining. I see it as you giving yourself constructive criticism. It will serve to make you even better. I hope so, man. Am I competent enough to critique myself into doing something right? If you're an incompetent and you're trying to convince yourself, then God help you. The Rock tomorrow night. You've seen the cartoon of black women dating in 2024? No, I haven't. Nah, I'm sure it's hilarious. I'm going to go to the grimiest Crip and Blood neighborhood and yell, acknowledge me. Then I yell, why aren't you acknowledging me? Then I will make the prime time. I mean, I'm sure if you survive, I mean, you'll have to wear some other color besides red and blue. My suggestion is green. And you can say some shit like, I thought it was St. Patrick's Day. I'm one of those St. Patrick's Day gangsters. I don't know, man. All right. Yep, gay man. I'm a survivor. Like I said, when I got to thinking about that, and oh shit, it's the 8th of April. Not only is it my brother-in-law's birthday, it's also the day that my mother passed. So I'm not gonna I ain't gonna get into all that. It's just a day that just will be just etched in my soul forever. Just saying she wasn't even sick. Like she wasn't even sick. It just happened. She felt a pain in her chest and like that morning and that evening she was gone. Like shit, I still can't believe it. It's just wow. I don't know if I've even dealt with it properly. Shit, maybe that's it this time of year. I'm like Friday was the 32-year anniversary of my surviving cancer and Monday is she's been gone for, wow. 3 years? It's been 3 years already? Wow. It's, just, I don't know. The beginning of April was kind of ass for me. Shit. So, all right, man. I mean, I'm supposed to be focused on the show. So just like I said, man, it's just, ooh. What else? I don't even want to know what else. Shit. life assessment and all that shit. So anyway, yeah, YouTube be shadow banning. Maybe it's like Gabe said, like, maybe my subject matter confuses the algorithm. The less niche people, you can't really find their channels too much because, their content be all over the place. So you have to get some people that are loyal and dedicated, and not everyone's going to find you. And it's also what factors into it is the time of night that I go on too. I mean, I have to analyze myself first. You know what I'm saying? We can't always run the shadow banning. And I do understand how difficult it is to push a channel, anything black men these days, because most niggas done drank the Kool-Aid on black men. You listen to that white media about black men, black men ain't shit. Fuck black men. All you niggas do is this. All you niggas do is that. You know what I'm saying? It makes you feel underappreciated, but why the fuck am I looking for appreciation? Or if for that matter, respect. That was the one thing that I disagree with Grinch on. That's why these hoes don't respect you. Why should I care about hoes respecting me when I can slap them across the face with my dick? Technically I can't, but say I was in the position to. She had her face out there and my dick was out and she expected something. I would slap that bitch in the face with it. And she might like it. You never know. But hey, that's a situation that hasn't happened. So like, you know what I mean? Goddamn, hopefully. But yeah, just do what the fuck you gotta do. But anyway, yeah. So let me go back to this chat and to those 2 dislikes. Thank you. Much love to the algorithm for that one. Godzilla is still heavyweight champion of the box office. Woo. Yeah, man, I went and saw that movie. I went and saw Godzilla X Kong. So that's the second Godzilla entry in less than 6 months that has really done well. That has really been good. I mean, I still think Godzilla -1 was better. Yeah, I mean that's a film that had a hell of a story to it. But as far as the action in the Godzilla X Kong was pretty good too, and the introduction of some new characters also was pretty cool too. So still ruling the box office. And oh yeah, I started watching X-Men 97 too. It had some little subtle shit in it, but for the most part, it's pretty good, I would say. Still doesn't restore my faith completely in Disney, Marvel, whatever the fuck they putting out. But anyway, I was watching Japanese hardcore wrestling yesterday and today after I finished work. Yeah, that deathmatch shit, man. Like I don't care about people like just too much just like hurting themselves and shit like that. But some of this shit do be fucked up. I was like, man, the fact that people are willing to do that to themselves. Let's see. Rey Mysterio, Brock is coming back. They're writing him back. Yeah. Prof Days. Marcus is a man of culture, I see. And he says, Azrael first of his name. Why don't they Will Smith? Check out Mr. Z last video. He had those dating clips in his description. Mr. Z is a very good content creator, man. He resonate with his audience, and I believe that should be recognized. So shout out to that guy. So I was holding my phone, dropped it. I had quick reflexes and caught it, but it was below the belt, so I accidentally hit myself below the belt. That ish hurts. Yeah. I mean, you even graze your nuts, man. You on the flow. You should go on a vacation, go on a cruise or something. Dude, this is something that I have to fix myself, man. It's so much more complicated than that. Like, it's some things that I have to do in my life that I should have did when I was way younger. I don't know, like I wish I could go back in time and ask my younger self, what the fuck are you thinking? It's like, dude, like, why is your head in the fucking clouds? The weed ain't that damn good. Like, dude, get it together. But now here we are. So why even be sad about it in front of people? Oh my God, what have I done? Midlife crisis, midlife crisis. I'm almost 50. Yada yada. Goddamn. That's how it is, bro. I deal with that from day to day. I have certain attitudes about it. Some days, other attitudes about it, I will have to look at my kid and put a smile on my face because that's the way I get through shit like that. My condolences. That hurt never goes away, but you start to, man. Yeah. So yeah, my mother, yeah, she's the reason why I'm brutally honest. I gotta say, my mother. Oh man. Oh, you got an ocracy, Kev, man. Fuck off. I mean, my mother, she kind of played it on both sides of the coin for convenience, but I think a couple of the right lessons got through. So I was real careful because I mean, I always look at someone's intent. I don't care who they are. I don't care that they're my mother, my dad, a best friend, a girlfriend, a wife. I'm looking at everybody because I know they looking at me. And I don't know, I don't paint the most perfect picture, but give a shit. But yeah. Yeah, YouTube prioritizes that niche content indeed. Yeah, people do skits and dances and motherfuckers that put up, put together strike anywhere matches in a cool way and fry eggs on strike anywhere matches. The motherfuckers, they're the ones that be getting all the like 500,000 views, 1 million views. And I had a couple videos that got an algorithm slipstream that stopped getting views all of a sudden. It makes it seem like that it's manual. And I know people have said before that it is manual, but I mean, shit, I would have videos that they'd be like 41 minute, then 100 the next minute. And then they'll be like 500 and like 20, 30 minutes. And then it'll reach 1,000 in 2 hours and then 2,000 in 3 hours. And all of a sudden it stops. It dead stops. I'm like, well, yeah, something's going on. So anyway, shoot, not like I'm saying I haven't seen shit before. Sad. Yeah, man, but thanks for female Galactus. Are we fucking kidding me? They talking about female Silver Surfer. A female got cast as a Silver Surfer in a Fantastic Four film, and everybody's upset. It's like I about gave up hope on it. I'm not upset because I've given up hope on the MCU a long time ago. Like I said, that X-Men 97, that kind of took me by surprise. But they ain't gonna do that every time. They're gonna try to push the envelope some type of way and believe that they're sending a message, and they're not. They're not. The only message they're sending is, you don't want my money. That's it. Oh boy. Man said, damn the MCU. Damn the MCU. Oh man. Okay. I mean, shit. Just don't give them your money. Anything like I believe in that. Anything that I don't like, anything that does something I don't like, I don't believe in giving them my money anymore. Because I gave up on wiping my ass in Angel Soft tissue. Shoot. They did some shit. They trying to make some political statement. Dang, I forgot what they said. Oh yeah, they did. They put out this commercial campaign. It's Father's Day, but they did the it's really her day bullshit. I was like, nah, we ain't finna do this. Old Navy had a shirt that said the same thing. Didn't buy anything from Old Navy since either. It's really her day. No, it's no longer Old Navy's day for me anymore. I used to buy a little shit here and there from Old Navy, a couple hoodies, whatever. Shit look cool sometimes. I just don't even touch it anymore. You know, I know how to protest some shit for real. Some of y'all just say y'all don't like something. Anyway, it's been an hour. Let me drop the link and let me see who's watching and who wants to take their time to come up here and give me smoke or, you know, or let me know that, hey, Kev, what you're doing is all worthwhile. Preferably a woman. Shoot. Let's see. Oh, somebody took back their dislike and put it on the like. Okay. So it wasn't supposed to be two, it was supposed to be one. And please don't come up here with the bullshit. Don't come up here with a bunch of shit that I don't care about listening to. I mean, I hate to be cruel like that, but you know, let me get a surprise. Let me get a surprise. Let me get somebody who is, I don't know. Yeah, if not, I'll go ahead and I'll come to y'all tomorrow night. You know, I need to get some sleep anyway. And continue my life change. You know, somebody else, you know, was kind of pissed off with me in comment sections. Oh, by the way, let me go ahead and mention it to you guys. Anybody that knows that content creator Truth as I Know It, the guy that, you know, his tagline is family building warriors. I will be interviewing with him on Tuesday night. Tuesday night at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. So he has promised these are going to be hard hitting questions. I do believe that he is bringing me there to back me into a corner, which I don't care. I don't know. Maybe if he does present a challenge, maybe, you know, maybe I do need a sharpening. Maybe I need a reason to, you know, maybe I need to show myself some things. Show myself, you know, can I do the presentation that commands a respect? Because I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. I don't give a damn about anybody's respect. I do care about certain people or a certain someone, but as far as respect for the general populace, like 99.9% of you, I don't care. I don't like it's respect is a superficial thing to me. Is you know, it's subjective, which means like, but it's like when the right person says I lost respect for you, it hits you in the chest, and I got hit in the chest. So I mean, I'm a tough guy, but shit, I can't fight off everything. Shit. So what up, Chaos Rain?
What's good, man? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
good?
Oh
man.
So you watched WrestleMania. I saw one highlight of the Undertaker pop up to help Cody, so there's no interference for the bloodline, right?
There was interference, so you know that
Okay,
that bridge.
So they say broke the rules. Okay,
That bridge was crossed. You know,
all right.
that's why the Undertaker showed up, because there was interference from the bloodline.
Okay, and it looked like Cody hit the road crossroads and gave the 1, 2, 3 pin.
Hey, Gabe, I can't tell you that would be, that's out of respect for that person. So I don't want to make it a thing. I shouldn't even have made that public. But you know, is man, go ahead, Chaos.
Yeah, so he hit the crossroads and got the 1, 2, 3 count.
Yeah.
So he's now the new Universal Champion, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, he's the undisputed Universal Champion.
Does he get 2 belts? Why are these guys keeping 2 belts? They should get 1 belt.
No, he been went down to one belt, so it is one belt.
Oh, good. All right.
Yeah.
And for SmackDown Rock, I'm not sure what Cody represents.
Well, it's in turmoil right now because of WrestleMania, so they're gonna get that shit straight back in a couple weeks. So yeah, and then Monday Night Raw, they're gonna start Netflix beginning of next year. So yeah, they're gonna be cussing and everything. So I mean, looking forward to that. Not just because the cuss words, but
So I thought they were gonna be on Peacock and all that stuff.
I mean, Peacock got like all of the archive stuff, like past events, and sometimes they do stream like current stuff too. But
So it's
they
only streaming on Netflix is a subscription based, right?
yeah,
How much?
Netflix is subscription based. There are free versions of Peacock, but I mean, in order to get WWE, you gotta at least get the basic version, which is like $5.99 per month. So that's what I pay.
I'm trying to remember how much subscription on Netflix. I'm trying to remember how much that.
Netflix has gone up throughout the years. When I first came to Netflix, I was paying $7.99 per month for a subscription.
It was like $15 now.
Yeah, it's like $15.99 now, and that's only because they starting to they make their own movies. And now they're gonna start streaming sports events. They're gonna stream Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul.
So
and like I said,
it's gonna go up again. It's gonna go up again.
Yeah, they made this deal with WWE to stream Monday Night Raw. So this Netflix is turning into his own little network within itself. They probably in about 5 years have his own news live streaming news show or some shit like that. I mean, they may take podcasters from certain areas of YouTube and give them shows too. You never know, man. Shit, these things are evolving, and maybe this is something that this space needs to consider. It's sort of an evolution of sorts. Just that's just what I'm saying, man. We need to be ready for what's coming. I'm not saying that Netflix is gonna call us or something like that. Nah, I would never dream of that. But what I'm saying is that our ability to adapt must be there.
Yes, I agree. I definitely had to agree. And yes, Gabe, if you want the smoke, you come bring smoke, man. Don't sit there and talk about saying it's a smoke show. Bring your nice little cigarettes and smoke out, nigga.
All right.
But besides that, I like I told you, Cap, I stopped keeping wrestling like over 20. Is that over 20? Yeah, I think over 20 years ago, I stopped keeping up wrestling after WCW was put out business, in my opinion.
Okay, well, thanks for discussing it with me.
Yeah.
All right.
But the Bloodline kept it up to the degree when Vince was running, but now that it's going to change paths, it should get somewhat interesting because you can't have something like that run for 4 years. A Bloodline, that's too long, man. It should have been more than just 2 years instead of a whole 4 years, in my opinion. But I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. And all right. Well, I mean, for someone who's watched it more recently, I would say that it was a pretty good storyline within itself. I mean, sometimes storylines have to be that way. I mean, back in the day, they got people who were champion for like 7-8 years. I mean, imagine how tired of that shit the modern day crowd would have gotten. But but
to be honest with you, everybody was anticipating The Rock to battle Roman Reigns. That was the real intention.
But not really. I mean, yeah. I mean, like, what the fuck? Like, okay, and none. Yeah, that was the intention. I mean, CM Punk won he won the his match. He didn't. No, CM Punk didn't win. He was like one of the last two in the Royal Rumble, and Cody Rhodes threw him out. So really, CM Punk, if he hadn't been injured, he was the one that was supposed to go up against Seth Rollins, but they had to do an audible because CM Punk got hurt. So then they tried to turn it into Seth and Cody. Then do Roman Reigns and The Rock, but people started complaining, and and they called an audible, and then turned it back into Cody and Roman, because they wanted Cody to finish this story, so to speak. But yeah, that's how it turned out.
Okay. Okay. Well, I
But I
guess
mean, like you seem to be a little bit afloat on it for someone who hasn't watched it for 20 years.
no, because we have YouTube. Remember, I see highlights.
Oh, okay, all right,
That's
all
what I
right.
see.
What up, Gabe? Gabe is up here, and Chaos Rain
What's
called
up,
you,
man?
said your name. So all right, have at it, fellas.
No, man. I just be giving Chaos a hard time. He just look for a friend. Just trying to have a conversation. No, I don't have no smoke for Chaos. Except for that time you was talking junk about my channel. You remember that? Chaos?
I was being honest, Gabe. If I wasn't, I would not. Where you heard this from? If I may
From
ask.
your mouth on the panel.
From which panel? What stream?
I don't remember. I remember what you said though. You said, "Hey, it's not really giving out any good content. It's just basics advice." Or
so how you would know something if you don't know the actual channel or stream? I'm curious.
I don't remember the channel, but I remember you said it. You said that.
So I said your channel was basic, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If that's what I remember I said, then I guess that's what I remember I said. Then.
Why you say that? Is my question.
I said it because I think someone asked about your channel. If I can recall, I could be wrong. But this is like, what's like a year ago? Might be over a year ago.
Maybe.
Yeah, so it was a long time. So I'm not gonna keep.
You have a good memory, so I tend to not forget when people say stuff.
Okay, that's good. You mean you got a good memory to things that said pertain to you, not in general, correct?
Yes.
All right then.
I just want to understand what's that about? So that's something that Kev was talking about, right? People have their opinions about things, opinions about channels and growth and everything. And I don't know, you just stepped out your body in order to try to critique something that I don't know, you're not even in that, I guess, that algorithm of content.
Okay. Well, if people ask me a question, I have to be honest. I'm not going to say, well, I think is this. I'm just going to keep it real, to the point. I've seen some videos, but like I said, that's a different market of the algorithm. And we all know what it is. Not every person that is in the tech field, black per se, that will grow substantially, very big. Depending. You get me?
So now, you say that just because I'm black in the tech field, I'm not going to grow substantial. I'm trying to understand what you say.
You know what? I mean, growing, you put out a tech video here and there, depending on consistent, and depending on the material, it'll pick up.
I'm not consistent.
I said, depending on what videos you put out here. It could be 1 or 2 video. I'm not sure what's the output you put out on your channel daily or weekly. How many videos you put out occasionally on your channel?
It varies.
Okay. No, say again. What's that?
I said it varies.
Okay. So the only time when you have the time, not make time, but have the time, you could throw a video here and there for what's the length? Maybe under 10 minutes at best.
I don't know. You're the one with the critique, so I'm trying to understand what you critiqued. You ever asked me about my YouTube video algorithm statistics?
Yeah, I'm just telling you what it is. I mean, I could go and look at it. But my biggest thing, Gabe, you have an issue with the critique. Do you like the critique or not? It's my biggest question.
No, I think the critique is ill-informed. So I don't like the critique.
Okay.
And I'm saying for somebody that's not really informed about my niche of content, I don't know. I mean,
I've seen very people's text channels, and not saying that they're all basic, but I just keep it real. Is a market that unless somebody is in the tech field and they're interested to not only watch but maybe get into it, there is his own niche. Now, who by demographics, that varies. If it breaks down by numbers, by race and age, then we know. So there could be a good niche over here. you know. But that's just my opinion. I'm not going
So,
further.
but typically people give opinions of things that they're informed of. I guess when you say that my stuff is, it's basic, there's nothing really special about it. What tech videos have you watched that are not basic and special? Like,
Well,
what
the
are you
ones
comparing it to?
I watched before is Keep It Techie, and who else?
Okay.
Cyber Wolf sometimes, and also I watch Professor Black Ops. And I can't name any more because those are the few that I subscribe to. There's many more. I mean, we all know.
So
We can't.
all the people that you just mentioned, mine is the basic.
I mean, some of them are the same. Like the ones that I mentioned, they do the same thing a little bit, but a little bit different. Not much, but it's not really. It's going to be like glamorous where it said, "All right, it's tech. I'm excited. Let me see it, and then watch what it is and say I'm anticipating for the next video." I mean, that's how I look at it. Not saying it's bad or wrong because tech is needed, mind you. People need tech. And if they want to know certain basics or learn latest news, all that, they go to these channels. The ones that they like the most, they subscribe. The ones that they don't think that they're getting what they out, they go find their store.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll leave it there. I could press, but I ain't gonna press.
All right, yeah. So yeah, so to wrestling. I'm glad Cody finished the story, and it should be interesting now coming this Monday. See what's gonna be up. Now.
What are you gonna watch Monday Night Raw?
I'll find a way to watch it. I'll find ways to watch it.
Okay, all right. That's all right. Anyway, well, thanks for coming through, guys. We can
Are you about to shut it down?
out. No, I ain't about to shut it down. Not yet. We still got.
Okay.
I still got, I guess, like an hour or so left in me. Got Terrence Jackson in the building. We got Lord Lovesmith. Said Gabe likes to give feedback, but you can't take honest feedback.
So me asking him about the feedback is not me taking honest come on, man. That's the guy that was up here that was talking about my wife, my father.
Okay.
Yeah. So you gotta axe to grind here. So.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there's quite a few of those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
and there's the link, right? This is a smoke show, so I'm not going anywhere. So it is what it is.
Yeah. I put the.
They go new.
I put the link in below. There go Andre. What's good, Andre?
What's good, Andre?
What's up?
Good evening, gentlemen. Yeah, I just wanted to comment on that other day where Grant is up there because I fuck with Grant, but I just thought it was kind of strange that apart from you, obviously, Dev, and Charles wasn't really saying a whole lot at the time, that Gabe was probably one of the most reasonable people that was up on the panel.
See, listen, Andre, man, I'm telling you, I'm a reasonable. Every single time that we interact, you be like, you're like surprised that I'm reasonable. It's because the people channel that you frequent don't think I am. Right? I mean,
But how would you define reasonable though?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
During that conversation, you were basically saying that like the conversation's gone off topic and how Rogish was just sharing a story related to the topic.
Yeah, Rogish was giving a testimony, and Grinch kind of threw a monkey wrench and all of that, and it downgraded. And that was really a show that I didn't need for that to happen. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed the next morning about it, and I don't know. I just don't want anything like that happening again. So I mean, Salty Balls, he's working on doing a part 2. We want to get a kosher clinician involved, and hopefully it'll be serious. I mean, one thing that people don't understand is that the visiting of Shakanulu, I see you down there. What's good? The visiting of mental health doesn't always mean that the dude's sad. Oh, I'm so sad. Woe is me. What do I need to do to get out this sadness? Read a book, lay on the couch and talk to somebody. Oh, I'm sad. I don't think I can go on in this world. Hey, black man, you're gonna be okay. You don't have to be sad, dude.
Right.
Shit. I mean, when you talk about black men mental health, you also talk about these dudes that don't mind killing another person, and there may be some type of underlying issue there. We often dismiss these guys as crazy, animalistic criminals, but that's that's something that, I mean, it's not the case with everybody. Some people just got shit wrong with them. I mean, I do believe that once you cross that line of harming someone, then there's not too many more chances that we could put you in a padded room or a cell. But at the same time, it's just something that I know we don't take too seriously. But just focusing on the part where nigga is sad because of his life or some shit like that, that's something
It's crazy.
that means that you're not taking the whole mental health thing seriously.
I mean, I absolutely agree with you. I absolutely agree with you, Kev. I've had experiences with friends who have almost felt like they had to hide what they were going through. I know during undergrad, I had a buddy of mine. We were both going through the electrical engineering program, and I mean, it was crunch time. It was crunch. That was finals. Everybody was stressed out. Everybody handles that type of stress differently. So he was having a different reaction than me. A different reaction to the point where I got a phone call from the local medical facility that this friend wanted me to pick him up. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I think he got in the car accident or something. No, he had a breakdown. So, I mean, to not talk about it is to ignore the real experiences that people go through, even if you haven't went through them yourselves. So I do think that it was he's a goofy for that, man. I don't care. I don't like Grinch, man. So, and that was trash, in my opinion.
Yeah, and he explained what he was trying to say, that bearing yourself like that in front of people is a weak look. That's basically what he was trying to say. But to be disrespectful and disrupt the intention when you know what the intention was, I mean, was kind of wrong. And it's just something that
right.
I don't do when I go to other people's panels. I try to be as respectful as possible. I mean, depending on, the level of respect I'm showing, of course, because I ain't gonna let nobody bully me. I don't give a fuck who you are. But
Indeed.
I'm not gonna carry the conversation to such an awful place that, it makes me look like I can't control things, that it embarrasses this channel. If that happened, then I can guarantee you that it won't happen again. I do admit that, it was just, I was low spirited that night, and I really wanted some intelligent people to come forward and, whatever you had to talk about, then we could have talked about it right there. But for that to happen, that's something that I really was not expecting. And this is somebody I do not see on a regular basis on this channel. I mean, it was just out of nowhere. So, okay, but yeah, that happens sometimes. And one
the context
thing
was just so crazy. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, what I was saying is like, in many instances, I don't get to be a dick. When I'm truly a dick, I get cut off by people. What I get tired of, and I probably say this same thing tomorrow night, what I get tired of is when people like him, and I don't have any problems with Grinch. When people like him pull the shit that they pull, you got all these people saying, well, that's just Grinch. That's just that person. That's just how they are.
Yes, they make concessions. Yep.
But I don't get no motherfucking concessions. I don't. And that shit right there is enough. Yeah, that shit is enough to just tell me, right. So what it is fuck Kevin, but everybody else just is like, oh, okay, that's just them. Nah, I'm done. I'm done with that shit. I'm done with being so hospitable with people. it seems like hubris on my part from here on out. Thinking that I'm doing good and I'm doing more harm to myself than good. And it's just, and it's not a good look for me. It's not what I came up here. It's not the intention that I delivered when I started a fucking YouTube channel. In fact, hey, my intention to make a YouTube channel, I ain't gonna lie, it was not to come to a particular space. It was like, grow enough of a following and tackling some of this stuff and making a little money while doing it. I mean, it is, YouTube is an opportunity. But at the same time, I know that it was stupid to pursue this opportunity without some type of something to fall on. And my focus is elsewhere. So when I do come up here and I try to make it meaningful, then I want those shows to go right, because I know sometimes that I do shows, I try to deliver a comical aspect, and sometimes I fall on my face doing that. So to make up for that, the shows that I really want to work, those are the ones that are very important to me. And Wednesday night was very important to me. And, I feel somewhat slighted for that. So, like I said, we'll see what the future brings. Yeah.
I mean, the context was just crazy, though, because Rogus had just shared that he had dealt with some very extreme type of issues where he did not feel that, there was a certain point where he didn't want to be here anymore. And then here come Grits on some bull crap, talking about some, y'all look weak. Y'all some old dudes. The women are going to clip this and talk about it. Like, dog, like, come on, man. Come on. It's just like reading the room gone absolutely wrong. It's like he was on a whole different planet. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And we wonder why mental health is such a horrible tone deaf conversation in the Black community because of stuff like that. I mean, so anyway, we got McDrama Bear up here. What's good, man?
Yo, acknowledge me.
What's good, bro?
Yeah, man. Shit, nothing too much, man. Just having a convo as usual. Smoke show Sundays, man. I see you down in the. I think this is the first time you ever stepped on a panel of mine.
Yeah, it's the first time, you know what I'm saying? I'm just chilling, just had some food, just got some pizza. I'm just kicking it. I'm hearing what y'all talking about. And, I came in a little bit late when that whole Grinch thing went down. But yeah, I think, this whole space, at the end of the day, I think the community is stuck in high school with the popularity contests. And so when you talk about giving people certain concessions, if they like someone, they're going to let them step over the line a bunch of times. And as far as being weak in terms of, talking about emotions, I mean, then you must be a robot, because that's a prerequisite for being a human. I mean, that's the human condition is having emotions. And I'm confused at why we sort of use the term you're all in your feelings or you're sensitive and all that kind of stuff, wherein it's like that's the bare basic part about being human is how do you continue living and having these crazy emotions, right? Some people choose to just smoke a bunch of weed. Some people choose to do all types of crazy shit. Some people numb themselves to it. But I mean, we have YouTube, we have so much literature that really will point out what is right and what's the wrong thing to do. It's just, again, most people in this space don't read or go outside of this space to even look at content that actually talks about that kind of shit. So that's what I'll start with. I'll leave it there.
Yeah. And the whole sensitive thing. My thing is, you don't get to say what you want, and then when I respond, you call me sensitive, or try to do some type of gaslight technique, like, it's just YouTube, man. Why y'all taking it so seriously? Or use trolling as an excuse to just say whatever you want. And then when the person gets mad, then all of a sudden you're the one they say, well, that person needs help. That person needs to lay down and talk to someone. That person needs to touch grass, blah, blah, blah. It is almost as if your point of existence is just to piss me the fuck off. And, I don't think that should be the point of your existence. Your point of your existence should be to do exactly what you tell other people to do, and go touch some grass. So, I mean, I don't think that anyway. And I mean, like, for me in this community right here, it's a common thing to hear stuff like that. I don't let nothing get to me. Somebody say something about me, you a goddamn lie. It does get to you. But it doesn't get to you when it's said about said about someone else. So that's a truth that most of you go with when you see someone getting insulted. It's so easy to look at someone and tell them, you know what, ignore what that person is saying. Stop being so sensitive. Stop being in your feels. Don't care what they say. No, fuck all that. You're supposed to penalize people for fucking with you. Yeah, and it's like if you say something, if you stand up for yourself, if you don't allow yourself to be bullied, that's nothing bad at all. So, but the thing is about coming up to platforms such as this is that it is on a Wi-Fi connection. It is on the internet. You are behind the screen. There's nothing you can do to that person. Most of these niggas talking about pull up, catch a flight. They ain't gonna pull up. They ain't gonna catch no motherfucking flights. I've known maybe one person in history, or maybe even two, that has actually gone through with something like that. 99% of niggas ain't gonna do it. Is a bunch of hot air. Yeah, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if there are people that are actually pull up on you when they say they're gonna pull up and blow off all that hot air on a panel where they can do absolutely nothing about it. My thing is, you should feel as if there's no choice but for you to talk and to hash things out instead of acting like a dumbass. And that goes for anyone. That's not to target anyone in particular. But for those of you who exhibit those behaviors, do you understand what a waste of time it is to do that?
Well,
I
Kev,
mean,
actually, um, about like like an hour or two ago, like I don't know how this ended up in my algorithm, but I ended up stumbling upon there's apparently a beef sector on YouTube,
oh
which is
God.
like dudes that are fucking. It's not like manosphere shit. It's like dudes that are like fucking apparently gangbanging on the internet. And
Yeah.
I was listening for like on a couple different channels. It's like I looked at one and I seen the other one. You know how the like YouTube rabbit hole goes. So like one of them was like a blood channel, the other one was like a Crip channel, and like
Oh
I'm listening
God.
to the dudes talking about meet me at the Burger King. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh man. But the black manosphere is the problematic space. But you got these variations of the beef sector. You got the divestiture sector, which most men are afraid of, I believe. But I wouldn't waste my time with them bitches anyway. Seriously, I don't go to the divestiture sector and try to convince them of anything. Oh, you girls are some COONs. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get blocked from their shit. Them motherfuckers don't care. But yeah.
You know what I hear all the time is, and I understand the sentiment, but we talk about you wouldn't say this to my face, or what if we were locked in a room and you were saying that, right?
I don't want to be locked in a room with nobody. I mean, closing the
like,
doors be okay with me.
Yeah, but let's go there. You know what I'm saying? You're locked in the room, and you're if what you're saying is what you believe and you stand on and you're a man, I don't care if you're Brock Lesnar, right? If I'm talking that shit and it's what I believe, then I'm gonna stand on it. I wouldn't be standing on it if I was easily able to get pushed off of it, because then it wouldn't be worth standing on. You know what I mean? And I think when we try to take these, everyone tries to take this I'm tough warrior thing, but then they say like that they can just beat out of you the thing that you're standing on or believing on. Like if I believe the thing that I'm saying and I'm willing to challenge you, then I'm willing to die for that. And even if you're beating the life out of me, I'm still going to say fuck you, right? And so what is it? So what have you proven? You're just a killer, or you're just beating people up because you didn't. What you were looking for out of me was sorry, or I relinquish, or I really didn't mean that. But if I did mean that, and you still can beat me, where are we at now? Now you are just a barbarian, and you're just beating people up, and you're just killing people, and you're not changing anyone. You can't beat up an idea, right? And I think that's why we, as a community, we lose, because we always divide things back down to I'm just going to beat you up, or the physical. But most other cultures understand that there's other layers to it, like the idea, the spirit behind your movement is the most important thing, because that's the thing that you can't beat up or you can't kill, right? And until we can understand how to get a real spirit of the community and put it in a direction where it's always going to be easy to take us out, because we're not going to stand on anything, because as soon as someone does something to us or is able to physically intimidate us, many of us are just going to stand off of it. That's just what I think.
Let me tell y'all something. I have no intention of fighting anybody in these YouTube streets. I don't care that much about you guys to be trying to swing on y'all for something you said about me. Don't worry, I'll get over it. Whatever you said. And if I know it isn't true, it's not gonna make me mad enough to buy a plane ticket or hop in my car and burn my gas enough to come get you. Unless, of course, it might be those certain things that might actually make me do that. But yeah, I'm not gonna let you know what those certain things are. It's just that I ain't got no time to sit there, play tough guy, and act like I want to challenge y'all to a fucking breakdancing contest over a fucking idea. It's just it just seemed that we could do so much better and so much more to make this look even better for all of us that some of us won't even take the time to make the effort to do. So
you're right.
Indeed.
Yeah. So
speaking of ideas, I think it's very interesting when I think another negative element is that when you present an idea, an opposing idea, and people want to go into their own little corners of YouTube and address it, and when you're readily available to address it with them. Like if I'm sitting here, like people would rather go home, go in front of their computers, create commercials about you, and have
God damn.
Oh yeah. Yeah. People, yes, Art had, let me be very specific. Art created a commercial and he kept referencing me. He called me cubicle guy or whatever. And he's around in order to address it directly with me. But yet he's nowhere to be found when I'm right here to address the idea that he has in opposition to. And I guess I don't want to make this particularly about Art, but I think that the thing that he does is exactly what a lot of people do. They run to the corners of YouTube in order to address an issue when they can easily address it with a person who's willing, able, and readily available to address it with them. I think that's cowardice at best.
Oh, he dropped off back.
That was my bad.
It's no problem.
It.
I see Death Racer 25X in the building. Was good. I also see American Negro. Was good. My brothers. I'm cool with Art. New stall. All the arts. Maybe Artisan MC. That guy as well. But whatever's going on between you and Gabe, man. I mean, that is up to y'all how y'all gonna handle that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, he's shown the way that he's gonna handle it. He's gonna go to his corner and make commercials and do more than streams about me, rather than addressing me when I'm right here. So he's shown how he's gonna address it, and I'm right here, willing and able. The link, Kev, dropping in the chat is Smoke Sunday. So,
well, Gabe, to sort of
that's my position.
Sort of to ping off what you're saying, and this isn't directed at anyone particularly, but this is just in general with the space. I think what we don't know how to really converse about ideas, right? Because I think what happens is we get very territorial or very possessive over things if it's not the way we see it. And then we get very binary thinking. So it's either the way I see it or nothing at all.
Right.
And rather than it being a creative space and everyone just bring their idea to the table, because nothing's going to happen anyway. We're just talking about anything. No one's making policy. Nothing's going to happen from us talking about these things. So what ends up happening is there'll be people who are very learned in the space, and they might have done all the research and they know a lot about something. And then they say, no, this is the way it is, and there's no other way. And it's like, well, let's talk about all the other possible ways that it could be, because this should be a creative space, and we should be expanding our minds and not just saying, oh, this is the one way. Great. Now the topic's done.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I think that if somebody is addressing another way, it's translated to disrespect. It's translated to, I hate that dude. It's translated to, he's him over there, I'm over here. He's against me. When, I mean, life is about really facing ideas that don't necessarily align with your own. Exactly. And that's why I always address things, whether people like it or not. I mean, even in my real life, that's actually addressing things opposite to the way that I think are things that have allowed me to grow as a human being, as a person. And so I don't understand why people keep running away from the smoke when we can handle it. We can just talk about it.
And most of the successful people that I've met, business owners, bosses, teachers, people who are in positions of authority over me, they were all, even if my ideas are crazy, wacky, off the wall, because they're truly trying to succeed in whatever they're trying to do, they're willing to hear everything, right? Like, whether it's logical or possible or not, they're willing to hear it because, all right, they know the idea space of what's already there, and they're willing to hear something else to maybe try to expand it to get a little bit of an edge. And I think what ends up happening a lot of times is there's maybe some people who might in the real world have some type of positions of authority, or they're used to being in a certain in a certain position of other people. So they're used to giving information in one way, right? And so they're used to being the one giving information. And I think, again, all of us have this emotional work of being able to, hey, sometimes sometimes it's useful being the student as well as the teacher, right? Because the best teachers are the best students, right? So you got to be able to put yourself in both positions. To be the best tribal chief, you got to be the best tribal member, right? And so you got to be able to go back and forth. And I think a lot of people, it's sort of hard to switch back and forth. They're used to being in one position or another. And that goes for a lot of people who they're just come to listen, and they'll go rah rah, I'm on this team, rather than, hey, why don't you take some time, go do some research, go read a book that no one else has read, come back and be like, hey, I took the time and did some research and I'm a little bit knowledgeable on this. I'm going to teach y'all a little bit of something, even though you're not used to being in that position. So I think there's use in us being able to switch those positions, because that's the only way we're all going to really going to get, to the highest level of what we're trying to do.
See, and Kev, I think you remember that was the point that I had brought up. Like, just because I'm older means that I'm in that position where I'm disseminating information, and whoever's younger needs to be able to accept it and learn from it. When my position was that, hey, I don't think that you are automatically in a position of sage. You're not automatically in a position of advisor just because you're older. So being able to not only to disseminate information, but also to be able to receive it and not utilize age and experience as some type of barrier for receiving information. I think that that's where the major problem is a lot of times in this space. I'm older, so I know better. And that was really the foundation of what I had said that caused this complete uproar type of thing. So, yeah. That's why I'm at with it.
Well, when you say experience, doesn't experience count if you have expertise in the message that you were trying to deliver, saying that like you're a tech guy, so you've gotten very far in the tech industry, so you would be the right person to talk to. So
I mean life experience as an age. Only age is what I'm talking about.
Age. Okay. Yep. That's okay. Well then, hey, just because I'm older doesn't mean I'm better. I got you.
Well,
that's why I was coming from. My bad.
A lot of experience in something, you can't know everything, right? You can learn something even if you're a master in a field. You can learn something from someone who's a complete novice because they did something in a completely way that you would have never done it, and you saw some type of reaction in the system. You're like, damn, what was that? What did you just do to cause that? You just learned something.
You should have been here the other week. Because one brother had said, hey, if I'm this age, if I'm like 35 and up and the 17-year-old is speaking, the 17-year-old needs to just shut up and listen. He don't need to say anything because his elders are talking. So right there to one of your points that you're bringing up. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
No.
I mean to interject.
No. I agree. I think I was in the sort of back chat and I was like listening, but because I think, again, we can't get to the point where we have spiritual strength or even knowledge because we're very emotionally messed up as Black people. Even if you had a good upbringing, you still don't have a proper community of people of the same culture and lineage that are emotionally stable. So what we always do is we're looking for some external thing to grab onto, then to say, hey, look, I'm the head nigga because I'm older, or I have money,
Right.
or I have some status, or whatever. But none of that is going to make you emotionally solid or stable. The only thing that's going to do that is love for yourself, and then having love around you, right? Because when you know you have people who have your back, and you're not worried about who's beefing and who's going to shoot you, and you can just do what you got to do, and you can be yourself without people always trying to put you down. It's not always about trying to preserve yourself, right? So when you go in a position and you're in a position of not enough power, you can do what Goku does and be like, hey, you're stronger than me, train me, right? That's what Goku does every single time. He sees someone who's stronger than him. He doesn't go, man, fuck that nigga, I don't fuck with him. He goes, no, can you train me? Because I want to be stronger like you, right? And I think we could do a lot more of that, humbling ourselves, even against someone who we didn't expect to beat us or be stronger than us. Like, damn, this 17-year-old just said something that I didn't expect. Let me go kick it with him and ask him some questions and let him teach me something, because it's not going to hurt me. It's only going to make me stronger.
Indeed. And I think that kind of goes back to some stuff that Kev was saying earlier, is finding that I think that no matter what position you are in life, you got to find some of that internal resolution. I know that there's times where even within my occupation, I'm challenged. People will challenge me on certain points or certain things. And there's even times where I have to catch myself to say, okay, let me go ahead. Let me take a minute to chew on that, rather than me initially responding, negatively, because it's not the way that I would do it. Or I would try to find some type of middle ground. Say, okay, you're saying this, I'm saying this. Do you think that we can find somewhere in the middle where we're still able to get to the same solution, but we can maybe come up with something even better than either one of our individual ways of doing something? Like, it's not always easy to receive, I guess, different opinions or different ideas about how to do something when we've been so conditioned to do something one way. So for the old dudes, it can be difficult to receive feedback from people who are younger, but at times, can be more experienced or can know how to do something better. So let me say that. And that applies to me too, right? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I'm above that, but I think that should be a standard that we adopt.
Yeah.
This semi-smoke. This is fog, Kev. This ain't smoke. This is fog.
Smog.
Smog, yeah.
Well,
This is light.
You did have some smoke earlier.
Who, me? For chaos?
Yeah,
Yeah,
What? Yeah. I think you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Nah, I don't know what you're talking about. What you talking about?
Said death racing.
Well, see, you did have that conversation with Chaos, but then you were going in on Art for a bit.
Yeah, because he wants to address things. Come on, I already said it, but yeah, yes, there was smoke, but people bypass the smoke. They want the easy route. That's cool.
Yeah. So Death Racer 25X asked me complex come by yet? I was like, yeah, with question mark. I'm like, no, but we can give them some motivation. There you go. Can I have a hug, Amber Geiger? All right.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. All right. So, all right. There you go. So, yeah. Then don't start. No one won't be now. I'll say that. But anyway, who hasn't spoken in a while? Chaos, you got anything to say?
No.
As usual. All right, got you. What about you, Andre?
My bad. I'm taking a leak. Just give me a sec.
Taking a leak? Okay. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, we don't even know that.
Your more tender moments.
I'm busy. I'm doing something else. I'm preoccupied. I don't know.
Oh man. Shit. But yeah, man. Shoot, it's been one heck of a weekend for me, busy wise. I mean, so I mean, it's said taking a dump. He said the only smoke I have for Kev is the fact that he doesn't use Bama profanity enough. What is Bama profanity? Shit. Yeah, you motherfuckers better recognize fuck nigga. Yeah, fuck nigga came from us, but shit.
Well, Kevin, it's like you had some smoke for the YouTube algorithm for a second.
Yeah,
you want to talk
yeah.
about that?
No, I want to talk about my smoke for YouTube algorithm. I mean, I just understand that when you approach topics a certain way, that they don't want that shit to get out there. You know, I mean, why would if we truly believe that we are in a system that is against the building of the black family and progression for black people, why would channels like this thrive in an environment like that? So I'm never ever surprised. And you know, I'm also someone who doesn't believe that he's entitled to anything either. So instead of one thing I try to be careful with is like blaming algorithms and such, because it may be just me at the end of the day.
Mhm.
You know, you never want to catch yourself in denial of anything, you know, because you leave yourself open for some foolishness, and to keep blaming, oh my God, it's the algorithm. Oh my God, I'm not getting enough shine because of the algorithm. You know, maybe it's because you're not resonating with people. And that's something that, you know, some of us need to admit, and maybe I need to do a little admitting too, that, you know, I'm pleased with the amount of people that watch and who comes through and who's in that live chat, because I see a lot of people who be in other places as well that are a part of larger crowds and larger followings. So I must be doing something. My belief is my time will come, and if my ultimate plan works, then shit, I won't have shit to worry about. But, you know, until that day comes, you know, I care about the execution of such plan, or, you know, whatever plan I have for my life. But, you know, to continue to be the content creator that says, oh, I'm being shadow banned. Oh, they won't let me get nothing because I didn't decide to join the Illuminati or something. I've actually heard people say that before. You know, I don't want to be that guy.
I kind of have a different outlook on the YouTube algorithm a little bit. So let me just break it down quickly. Kind of what I understand is that YouTube is a platform that's owned by Google. And Google's primary and premier product is Google search, right? Are you going to Google this or you're going to Google that, right? So a lot of times it's what you call the way that videos and content is prioritized is based upon a search algorithm, something that the Google search can pick up and to be able to prioritize based upon the content that's there. Now a lot of times YouTube videos are prioritized based upon a couple of different things, right? One is that it's like the length of videos. A lot of times shorter form videos get a lot more views. The thumbnail, the title, and also what's more popular within the news cycles at the time. That's why you see, like, as soon as something that's more very, very popular, you get probably the most views from it.
Like
so
Cat
I think
Williams.
when you kind of, boom, right? Cat Williams, or anytime Sierra makes an Instagram post about Russell Wilson, or anytime somebody gets divorced, right? So like those are the type of things that will rank higher and get you prioritized within the YouTube algorithm, in comparison to more, I guess thumbnails and titles that are much more, I guess, broad and general and almost ambiguous. Like if you searched what your title is for a video in Google, how do you think it would rank? And that kind of gets into what you call like the search engine optimization, utilizing keywords and tags and titles that will rank you higher within the Google search. So that's kind of how I see it. It's more data and predictability than it is prioritization and censorship.
Yeah.
As BGS has just said in the chat. So I don't know. That's my perspective. Different idea, sure. But that's my perspective about what I've seen.
Okay. So here's what I keep hearing about from various individuals that are in this space or in these spaces adjacent to this space, is that there is a lack of substantive content, content that actually means something. How would any of you define substantive content? Like,
Well,
content that actually, that people should be making instead of the content that we make now, which I'm beginning to believe is like when I hear that they're not really being serious, is more so because they're hearing things that they don't like, and then they'll say your shit doesn't have any substance versus this supposed substance of content. What do you believe is content of substance? Any of you guys?
well, on YouTube, there's millions of channels that you could choose to go to. Like if we're talking about in the space, it's obviously not that much, but like there's different spaces you could go into, but the ones that you're choosing to go to, like how are you going to make that opinion? Like it's dishonest to say that, because there are content creators that do the, like, the whole skills and resources stuff like that, but instead you're looking at piece of content and wondering why it's not productive.
Keisha content. Yes.
Yeah.
I had somebody make some type of comment. I ain't gonna say who that was, but he's saying that, I'm a married man that makes Keisha content. But they didn't say it over here when I dropped that link. They said it over there. I do ghost watch a lot
I had
of
that
people.
experience. Go ahead. Sorry.
I ghost watch a few content creators, so I see what you guys say. And these are the same guys that won't challenge you when you get in front of them. Like, look, what you been saying? What's up? What's up with this shit, bro? The fuck you mean?
Like the thing is, like on some of these channels, at least, like we talk about like a variety of different things. So if all you want to focus on is the Keisha content, then that sounds like a you thing, unless that channel is solely based off of that.
I mean, but still though, still it's like this. And this is the same way I feel about the divester content, the beef sector content, whatever. If I don't like it, I ain't gonna watch it. I don't even want to see it in my algorithm. I'll tell YouTube in a heartbeat. I'll hit them 3 dots and I'll say not interested. I just don't want to see it in my feed, because I remember at one point in my life when I was younger by, I guess, I don't know, 6-7 years, if I saw something like that, I would be so compelled to say something that I would actually make it a bother to do so. And my thing is, I can do nothing to convince those people to change their minds otherwise. So my thing is this. Yeah. Go ahead though.
Oh no, you were still in the middle of that thought. I'll go right after.
I was saying my thing is this. If you show me your hand, or you show me how you are for real, I know how to deal with you from that point on. To try to sit there and try to waste my time changing the mind of a person who thinks so hideously, I mean, then I become the fool. And I don't have time to look like a fool. I mean, I think the cup runneth over with that. I'm done with that shit, and I'm not gonna let it happen again. But go ahead, Gabe.
No, I was gonna say that I do think that Keisha content on YouTube isn't really owned by black men per se. I think that the leaders of, or I guess the highest viewed content about Keisha is with Keisha content creators, like a Tasha K or they own that, right? When something goes down with a celebrity, or like the whole the Diddy stuff, I can guarantee you that the women who covered Diddy and whatever is happening with the sexual allegations and whatnot, that is owned by, or the women have more views than the men do on that stuff. And I think that even as it concerns this particular space, this space has a ceiling. It definitely does. It's like you have to break out of the algorithm of this space in order to grow more, if that makes sense. Because like you just said, Kev, it's the same people viewing the same content on the same channels, and it's really no breakout. No, sorry, go ahead.
No, I interrupted you. My apologies.
No, you good?
What I found interesting was the other day. No Truth, like I know he did a stream on me or whatever, well, which wasn't really on me. He was more so talking about BGS because you know how it goes over there. But, basically, like one of his last streams that he did, fucking, he said something interesting in the first couple minutes. He was talking about a little bit of SBE is needed in space, but I thought SBE was not cool at all.
They say
No,
it's
it's not
cringe.
cool to some people. You know, whatever. I mean, I don't prefer it, but it's whatever. It don't matter. It's what people cover.
It's a business model.
Banging on Keisha is a content strategy.
Yeah, it kind of is. I mean, like, you always wonder, like, okay, I don't like to make too many of the gender comparisons because every time you say something about the women, you always got somebody, the men do it. Or every time you say something about the men, you got somebody, oh, the women do it. But, you know, as far as algorithm goes, like a lot of those black man hate channels, for some reason, they get high algorithms. They get they get live viewerships. I seen a girl shitting on black men got 5K live viewers. I was like, how?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Speaking about that, I also seen something else that was interesting yesterday. So I was watching an Angry Man stream, and there was a chick on his channel that's actually a mod on his channel that was you know, like she was on that gynocratic bullshit, and she ended up getting called out. Yeah, she was saying it's a foul shit.
What like gynocratic as far as what? Foul shit about what? Black men or men being in charge? Because it's like men being in, if they're complaining about men being in charge, or in a way that women should assert themselves more over the position of the men, that I would say would be more gynocratic. If they were talking against black men or something like that, or their issue with black men, I would say that would lean more toward the divestiture piece.
Well, what I was speaking about, basically, when he was talking about like the whole like fresh thing, he was talking about the whole fresh thing, and she was siding with the chick. Well, based off of her comments, it sounded like she was siding with the chick to me, and to pretty much everybody else in the chat. And even Angry.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm gonna say a little aside. I just looked at Angry Man's channel. How is he getting 200,000+ views for a live stream? What?
He's got a lot of people that follow him. I mean, he got a lot of
Come on, man. I'm seeing his latest stream, 323,000 views for a 3-hour. Come on, man.
Well,
I don't know,
that was actually the streams earlier today. If that's the one you're talking about.
That's 300,000 for a live stream. I don't even think Jason Black does that. I don't know. I'm out of there. Yeah,
get out of there.
Because I ain't never seen that. Never. But I'm out of here. Completely.
I mean, what the space is doing essentially is we're talking about the bottom cast of America, talking about changing the political dynamics, because what we have is we've already known that. And what we basically have are
like the reason why, you know, I frequent this channel is it's mostly based off the name alone. Like before I've seen the content, because there's always like censorship when, like, you know, black men like try to speak honestly. So,
but you know, a lot of that censorship even comes from us, because it's like, you know, we know
and, you know, dudes, if they have a problem, they can hash it out type shit.
Andre, I don't think that you can hear Mick. I'm sorry, I can't see your name all the way. Mick
Drama Bear.
Yeah.
No, I can't hear him at all. Is he talking?
Oh, okay, yeah. Y'all was talking. Yeah, you were talking over him. I don't know if that's
my bad, bro. I can't hear him at all. I'll leave and come back.
No, but basically, all I was trying to say is, forever and a day, we've already had the narrative black men ain't shit. right? And that's been perpetuated just from Oprah to in just the plain ether by Black women. It's like an emotional drug, a dopamine hit for them to get off on content about Black men not being shit. But the issue is we don't have any type of force that sort of goes against that, right? Because I feel like Black men go over and above to protect to protect this idea of Black women. So that's why you have all these men who feel some type of way about this anti-Keisha stuff, where you got so many men coming at you about SBE and this and that, rather than sort of trying to take the nugget of truth that's there and run with that. They're spending more of their time going against Black men, because that's what the whole society is built on doing, is going against Black men, right? And we can look at all the stuff that Tommy Curry's talked about and researched about to sort of show you stats that'll point directly at that. And so it's going to be hard for you to get into the algorithm if it's directly for Black men, right? And so what you had, Kevin Samuels was sort of the model, because he was seemingly pro Black women, right? But really what he was doing was just putting up a mirror, being like, yeah, I'm trying to help you, but look at all the things that you're saying and doing. They're going against all the things that you say that you want, right? So
I don't think Kevin Samuels was pro Black woman. I think he was pro community.
No, that's my point. Is the veneer of his channel was Black women call in, I'm going to try to help you find a man. But really what he was doing was just reflecting back at them all the negativity and the bad mindset state of why they weren't able to have the things that they want, right? Because they were asking for too much and they weren't doing enough. They weren't putting enough responsibility on themselves. And that's ultimately what all these Black manosphere channels are doing when you call it anti-Keisha content. It's just basically saying that we're in a community where you have a whole side of it that's getting more perks from the government, but don't want to take responsibility for what's happening in the community, right? And then you have a good chunk of the Black men who are siding with them, going against other Black men that are trying to point out, like, hey, this shit is fucked up. And so that's sort of where we're at.
Well, the thing about like the anti-Keisha content creators, because me, I'm the type of person that I'll listen to both sides, unless like it's like real world stuff. You know, like I'll listen to both sides, and they do have some points. They do have some good points, but for the most part, like it does kind of seem like, you know, they're siding with the women.
Yeah, because low key, they're basically trying to, what they're at the heart of their argument, even if they won't come out and say it, is they're like, you're not getting pussy. You have a problem with women. If you just fix that, then you wouldn't be making this content. I'm getting pussy. I don't have a problem. And it's just like, what you're not understanding is the whole mind, the mind share of the Black community is stuck in a very infantile, all you need is to get laid and work enough to feed yourself, and that's it. And it's like, well, that's why we're not building anything. I mean, I don't know if anyone watches Diamond Dave, and he does really good content about business and the stock market, but we don't have a strong business class across America of creating a environment that's friendly for Black people to do business and make money, because you need a business class to be making money, and then they can talk to the chambers of commerce, they can be talking to people who are doing politics, they can do all of that, right? But in order to do that, it has to be a stable environment, meaning you have to have rule of law, you have to have people actually buying their products, you have to have people spreading the word of mouth to go buy their products. And I mean, I was trying to talk about this on a panel a few weeks ago, that you'll see this in the Latino communities and the Asian communities and a lot of other communities where it's like, they're willing to buy quote unquote lesser products as long as they're from someone in their culture. And then the dollar will circulate in that community further and faster. And that's why I'm in LA. You see a lot of Latinos who are able to make a living with their little taco truck or their taco stand or selling all types of trinkets. And they don't have this mind state in their community that they need to have Gucci or they need to have their own apartment. Like, they're willing to put as many people in the apartment as they need to get by, and they buy things that are only for their community. And so what it does, it creates a whole lane for someone else to absorb those dollars and be able to live the American dream, right? And so these are just basic things that we don't think, we don't do. We just have this weird, I don't even know what the culture is at this point, right? But all we want to do is fight. We're looking for a reason to fight. That's what everything comes down to, instead of build. I'll leave it there.
All right. Yeah, about that mindset. And always something I wanted to get to the bottom of without being accusatory, but I mean, it is what it is. We have people that are in that's in our space and in our community that rather look at a train wreck than to see the problem solved. So, yeah, that stuff kind of bad. But listen up, I'm gonna get into some final statements because I'm about to turn it in, y'all. It's been a long weekend, so thanks for coming through. But who wants to go first?
I'll go first if nobody's going to speak up. Yeah, I'll tune in for that interview that you're going to do with Truth.
Oh yeah. Let me. Yeah, Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be. No, he's interviewing me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he communicated with me. Says he wants to do an interview. He's gonna hit me with some tough questions. So, just hopefully I'll be prepared, and hopefully it's not an ambush. So, if it is,
like that last video that he did, because like he tagged me. I'm like, why did he tag me? I'm like, I'm not even a content creator. But he, like I said, like the video was just talking about BGS and other content creators, and just on some, basically he doesn't have a problem with me or you. So I don't know how that's gonna go, but I'm gonna tune in for it though.
Yeah. We'll just have to wait and see. Because I remember how it went down the last time I was on the channel. So, but anybody watching that, the channel is called Truth Is I Know It, as in EYE. Know it. Yeah. So, content creator. He does an okay presentation. I'll say that. He's a guy who seemingly has his intentions in the right place. But we'll see what I have to say after this interview is conducted. So, okay, Andre, is there anything else?
No, that's it. Thanks for having me. Peace.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything else. Yeah, man, thanks for having me too. I'm just saying, listen, you got smoke for me. I pretty much show up every week. I mean, I'm here. I mean, it's a battle of ideas. I don't hate you. I don't despise who you are. I just disagree with certain points. So let's not make this so contentious. Don't be afraid, buddy. Don't be afraid, guys. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. What's that? Yeah.
The lead attorney makes over $51K a month from streaming.
I wouldn't have believed it unless he showed his video analytics. He makes $51,000 a month from streaming.
Damn. That's
a
lot of money.
No, well, actually, it's more than that.
He probably does make more now because he made 51,000 at 100K subscribers.
Yeah.
So he probably makes more now.
It probably racking no greater than probably 200 to 300K a month on YouTube.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
That's a big bit much
You'll
more.
Be surprised, Gabe. Even when Kevin was at his height, and he had like 100, maybe 200, he had like roughly 2-3K watch on live stream daily. So it's possible to pull those numbers. And he's not Kevin.
I'm talking about the lead attorney.
Yes, he's up there now. He's up there now. Trust me.
So Kevin had almost 1 million or about 1 million. The
lead
attorney is like.
I would say it's with
right.
Kevin. What I can recall is during 2021 and up to his death, he was netting no greater than 500K a month on YouTube around 2021. And
okay, but we're not talking about Kevin. We talk about the lead attorney.
Well, lead attorney, I wouldn't be surprised he's netting nowhere half $250,000 or more a month on his channel on YouTube.
Man, look,
right.
look. And all of that being said, I wish I was making 51K a month on YouTube. You wouldn't be able to tell me shit then.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Big Drama Bear, Gabe A, y'all can go next as far as your final statements.
Yeah, I don't have anything else, but yeah, thanks for having me, man. All right, man. Peace.
Word, Gabe. Yeah, thank you. Gabe's always welcome. All right, Big Drama Bear.
Yeah, I appreciate it. WrestleMania was dope. I'm gonna check out Raw tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, we're in the Triple H era. It seems like they're making moves after they got rid of Vince. So yeah, we're gonna see. And yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate everyone.
Yeah. The WWE needed someone who was more with the times instead of Vince's old fashioned forced thinking and his bullying of people who were true talent. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the Triple H era as well. I mean, really, Triple H taking over a couple years ago was really what got me back watching WWE because I went like a 4 or 5 year hiatus without watching it because I got sick of Vince's ideas. So yeah, looking forward to it. Seriously.
Most definitely. You have a good night, and I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, Big Drama Bear. Appreciate you coming through. All right, and Chaos Reign said he has nothing to say unless he wants to say.
I will say this. Since Triple H's been monitoring the company, him and I think Stephanie, 'cause I know his children's somewhat still involved, but not like that, but they are in the background. That it will be fine. I think WWE, if they go on a different projection where they are, they should be fine. Because think about it, they're the top wrestling league right now in the world. The only thing you have to expect is downhill, and it's gonna be hard to see that now because new management. Because let's be honest, you gotta be up on the times, and I agree with you, Gentleman. I think Vince, he had a good long run since the '80s up to last year, roughly, right? And because of his own doing, and he's up there in age, and he knows he's going to eventually step down from this anyway. You get me? To make the moves he did to make this company more profitable by joint venture with Case, the kickboxing tournament, TKO and all that stuff. These are all moves for the future longevity of WWE for like another 10 to 20 years, roughly, unless any other wrestling establishment starts to pick up steam, and that's gonna be a while. You get me? It's gonna be very while. But I will say this: competition is really good. I think there should be another entity competing with WWE, regardless of people that say they shouldn't. It needs to, because that's when you get the real innovation. If there was no competing with WWF that transformed WWE like 20 years ago, we will not see the way it is now, personally. Because if you're the only top dog, what makes sense? Improvement, innovating. No one else is gonna dethrone you. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Chaos Reign, for giving us your thoughts. So, all right. So here's my final thoughts on, what's good and what isn't good, and hopefully, you can get something from it. If you did get something from it, thanks for listening anyway. But as far as I go, I'll always appreciate you guys coming through and, that missing piece of my puzzle out there. I hope you're listening. It would be so great. It would be so great. And I know I messed up, but we can fix things, and y'all don't understand how egregious what I just said actually is, but you'll understand before the year 2024 is out. So remember when I say stuff like this, when that actually happens, because I still have faith, and I do appreciate. Shout out to Mule Amaru Kukala for the cash app. He gave me one during the week. So this one's for you, Mule. Oh man, yeah, man, I didn't get any cash app or super chat support tonight. Not something that I would say I complain about, or I would hold the broadcast hostage or anything like that. But I mean, people watching, I don't believe they deserve person. No matter how successful I get, that you deserve a guy that's gonna do that to you. I just appreciate you guys coming in the first place. So yeah. So no longer will I play the game of acknowledge me. Yeah, for those of you who tune in regularly, you guys can actually see how great I am. If I could get everyone else to see it, I wouldn't have to play that little game. So, or feel like I have to play that game because it really is not a good look at the end of the day. It really exposes what your weaknesses are, and making excuses for those weaknesses only make you look worse than what you already look like. So, uh, my bad if I ever presented the idea that Kevin was giving up, and that Kevin was getting weaker, or some type of moment of weakness meant that I was done with this space here called the Black Manosphere. Okay, we got Gabe. Hey, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Here you go. I guess I'll go ahead and yeah, give you this one right here. A wacky D. And give you this one too. Yeah, man. I guess he did that because I said something about not getting any super chat support tonight. But yeah, he went ahead and changed that. So yeah, man, really appreciate this shit. And I guess that's it. WrestleMania weekend. Another one in the books. And just to continue to reassess myself, so turn a frown upside down and make 2024 one of my best years yet. So anyway, for those of you who are optimistic out there and look forward to the future of this channel and everything that can happen, I'm gonna leave with this: long live the habitual line steppers and Kev we trust. And I'm out at this piece, and don't give up. And that's you too, Kev. Don't give up. Win. Peace out.